everyone, it is Upwards. Welcome back to another episode of Clash Royale. Breaking news! Did you know that Sparky is a she? Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are because I thought Sparky was genderless to begin with. Apparently confirmed by Clash Royale, Sparky is a she. The reason why I'm making this video, 17 cards are going to be changing from the way they are right now, starting the next maintenance for the huge card balancing update that they're always doing. 17th, upcoming Wednesday. 17 cards going to be changing. Let's take a look what they are. Royal Giant changing. Damage decreased by 4%. I saw this one coming. I don't think you should be surprised about this one. It's not a major nerf, so this is kind of good for those of you guys who really like the Royal Giant. They're gonna be keeping an eye on him. He's one of the cards that the team is keeping a look at the closest, I feel, with the changes. So yeah, Freeze getting a nerf, 1 second shorter from the way it is right now. If your freeze is right now 10 seconds, starting next update it will only be 9. And that is awesome, I feel. Hawk Freeze, right now overpowered. I think Hawk Cycle decks are going to be a little bit less powerful, more strategic for sure. It will still be quite devastating if you place it right, but right now, alongside with the Freeze, I feel that the Hawk Cycle deck is also being nerfed because Hawk and Freeze basically go hand in hand. So I personally kind of like this one. Either you hate it or you love it. Next up is the Furnace. The Furnace is getting a buff, but also nerf at the same time. It's kind of strange. Let's take a look at this one. So first of all, the elixir cost of the Furnace is being decreased by 4. So it's going to be 1 elixir less. So it's going to be a cheaper card to play. In return, less hit points and less lifetime points, or lifetime is also decreased from 50 seconds to 40 seconds. This is quite significant because every 10 seconds it is spawning Fire Spirits. So it's going to be missing on 1 wave. So take that into consideration. But at the same time, the Fire Spirits are actually going to be buffed. But we'll get into that. Hit points also decreased by 14% onto the Furnace. It's kind of a low rate used card. It's not being used in a lot of decks, and I don't really see it a lot. I saw it a lot on like the first day, but after that it kind of like toned down a bit because people have been experimenting with that one. Next up, the Fire Spirits, a really nice buff here. The area damage upon impact is going to be increasing by 25%. So you're probably able to get another minion with the area explosion. And I think this one's going to be pretty interesting also to tackle the barbarians or anything multi-targeting. I really actually like this one quite a bit. Next up is the guards. Surprisingly to me, it's getting a buff and a pretty nice one at that as well. Increase hit points and damage by 8%. I think the guards are great the way they are right now. This was a little bit surprising to me, but not as surprising as the Miner also getting a hit points increase buff. I honestly feel that the Miner is a top tier card already, and I right now think it's a super tier card. I honestly think that the potential with the Miner is unlimited, and it's being used in a lot of decks right now already. Like, it's really coming up there. People are understanding the meta behind the Miner, and you can make some crazy decks with the Miner. Miner can definitely be a decisive card, and that card getting a hit points increase by 6% is actually quite major. I'm curious to find out how this is going to be affecting the game from the way it is right now, but I expect to see a lot of decks with the Miner upcoming very soon. The Lava Hound is going to be getting a buff as well. 3% hit points increase. Just like the Miner, the Lava Hound, we don't have a whole lot of information about the card yet. So we have no idea how it plays out just yet. We haven't found the appropriate decks. I think out of this update, the Lava Hound was the trickiest card to find a deck with for sure, because it's kind of a strange card. It's a moving fortress, and the moment it dies out, there's this minion horde that is basically attacking. That little minion horde called Lava Pups is getting a hit point increase by 9%, and that is a pretty big one as well at the same time. So it's going to be interesting how this one's going to be turning out to be. Next up is the Elixir Collector, getting a hit point decrease again by 9%. Still the most used card inside of the game, so they're nerfing it. It seems like that is an ongoing pattern or something like that. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but I definitely understand why they went over that one. Everything will be linked in the video description down below with the full details. I'm just giving you guys my opinion to the case. Next up is the Knight, finally getting some love. A hit points increase by 10%. So it's going from a semi-tank to quite relatively a nice tank for sure. It is a low elixir card. It is great. in the early arenas. I don't see it in the top arena, so hopefully we'll see this card coming back again with 10%. The Bomber is getting a damage increase as well. This is honestly surprising and also not surprising. I think the Bomber card is a really great card. But I think it should be getting a health increase instead of a damage increase. It's already doing quite a bit of damage, to be frank. So yeah, it's not really represented well, but I know that for a fact this card can definitely work in a lot of decks. Next up is the Cannon. Kind of to be expected. The Royal Giant is getting a nerf, the Cannon is getting a hit points nerf. So the Royal Giant will be doing less damage and the Cannon will have less health. So makes a lot of sense. It's the second most used card into the top rankings inside of the game right now. Tesla is getting a buff, 5% increase in health. Tesla, I haven't really seen Tesla in forever because most people use Cannon these days, or Inferno Tower or Bomb Tower. I don't see Tesla, Mortar or Expo that much anymore. Those are cards I don't like, so I don't mind it at all. Stay away, keep them away. That's personal preference though. Next up is the Golem. The Golem is going to be getting a 5% hit points increase. I think that's a pretty big one. Golemites, of course, as well at the same time. Has something to do with the way epic cards has been changing, so this is very interesting for sure. The Witch is getting a 10% increase from the way it is right now. The Witch is a really fast attacker. One of the fastest in the game, as a matter of fact. So I actually kind of like this change, and maybe I'm more appealed right now to actually use the Witch. Next up is the Skeletons and the Tombstone. Both getting an upgrade. The Tombstone is getting 10% more hit points from the way it is right now, and then the Skeletons inside of the Tombstone getting a 5% damage increase and hit points increase. And Skeletons in general, Army Skeleton, regular Skeletons from the Tombstone and from the Witch are all getting that exact same buff. So I kind of like what I'm seeing here, to be honest. I'm really surprised about the Miner. That's the biggest surprise to me. I'm a little bit surprised about the Bomber. I am definitely surprised about the Guards, but then again also not, because you don't really see them a whole lot. I kind of saw the Furnace and the Fire Spirits coming around the corner. Royal Giant was definitely expected, but I'm quite happy with the Freeze. So these are some of the changes happening inside of the game. Then there's going to be some card upgrade EXP. Apparently it was fixed. I got no idea what was broken, so I'm not spending some time on that. I'm honestly really excited. Once again, Wednesday is when this update is going to be dropping for the card balancing changes within Clash Royale. That being said, we're going to be wrapping this video off here. Got 2 more videos coming today for Clash Royale. One is going to be really awesome and the other is going to be a giveaway. So they're both going to be awesome. Hope you guys are excited for that one. Just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, make sure if you guys like this video too, boom, give it a thumbs up. That being said, this has been Reversal for Clash Royale. I'm going to be signing off. I'll see you guys back again later today for another episode.